Tell us, you've talked about the parallels between healthcare, and you've been working with CMDA on the recent iteration of faith prescriptions. There's been other previous renditions of that, but could you tell us about that? And that's been a fairly major project of your time at CMDA. Spent quite a bit of time on that from my understanding. So if you could just share with our listeners about that.
Yes, it has been a big part of my involvement with CMDA. As you mentioned, John, there were 2 prior programs that CMDA developed to encourage and equip Christian healthcare professionals to communicate spiritually with their patients and colleagues. The first was called the Saline Solution, and the second was called Grace Prescriptions. Saline Solution, they gave their first seminar in Asheville, North Carolina in 1995. My wife and I made the 7-hour drive to be there, and it just so enthused me that there were others besides me trying to make that physical spiritual connection. Other healthcare professionals that were at that conference. The leader was Dr. Walt Larimore, along with Bill Peel, a pastor, and they put together pieces that I had been striving to stitch together. And they really lit my fire to see that, yes, physical health is extremely important, but God has an even greater purpose for those of us in healthcare. And so it was about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, that Dr. Mike Chupp, CMDA CEO, asked me to head up version 3.0, which is called Faith Prescriptions. And many of the principles are the same. We try to build on the solid foundation of the prior programs, but there are a couple of key differences. First of all, we have about 25 15-minute videos led by 20 different doctors throughout the country. So there's a lot more variety, a lot more diversity among those that present. And also, with each video being only 15 minutes long, we place a greater emphasis on the discussion that can occur among those that watch afterwards. You can't say everything that can be said about a topic in 15 minutes. So it's when people watch the videos together, talk about implications of it and how they've seen these principles work out. And that's the real beauty of the program, that Christian health professionals are meeting together to encourage each other and inspire each other to lay it on the line, not just regarding physical health, but addressing spiritual issues as well. One other difference between Faith Prescriptions and the prior programs is that we address a broader array of topics in Faith Prescriptions. The first 10 videos address a lot of the same issues that we saw in the prior programs. And then we go on to address things like end-of-life care, treatment of patients with addiction, missionary evangelism, a number of other topics like that, treatment of patients with depression, these areas that have specific applications of the gospel. And even though not many of the 20 doctors that lead these episodes know each other, they all know Christ and they want to make him known. And it's just beautiful to see the unity and the harmony among these different healthcare professionals that I think can have a profound effect on the healthcare profession in the years to come.